Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yahushua. It's Yahweh Shah. So got to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rikah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, whether concepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the occupant pushing this truth and believing this truth, to the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Agwath who are listening and learning, that few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah from Jim Solano Camp, coming up to another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another daily edification, Lord willing, this be edifying. So I titled this lesson, the enemy taught you, Salakia, your enemy taught you that being you is not good enough, right? The enemy taught you being you is not good enough. And this title comes from a video of this chick that died after getting this surgery, right? After going to Brazil, getting a surgery done. So I'm going to play this clip and get a few precepts. Lord, wouldn't it be edifying? But first, let me show this. So this is for educational purposes only. This is not for monetary gain. I do not own a copyright to this video. This is for educational purposes only. Lord, wouldn't it be edifying? So I want to show this first, just in case. Just in case. So, you see it. So let me come back. So this chick, which is, this is like this is a normal thing now. Going to get tummy tucks and all these other things, right? Bigger boobs, bigger butts, whatever. Well, what you are doing, you are striving against your maker, man. That's what you're doing. The Lord said he made you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians in his likeness, in the image of the Lord, man. So, I'm going to play this and get some precepts. Lord, was be edifying. The Lord made you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians in his likeness. And you want to strive against your maker, man. Like the Lord wasn't, like he was doing something, like he was off when he made us, man. It say he made us in the likeness of his image, man. But the world really believed that you wasn't made right. Like you need to be altered. So let's play this.
At 6, an Indianapolis woman is dead after traveling to the Dominican Republic for plastic surgery. It is a growing trend. U.S. citizens leaving the country to get those procedures.
And WRTV's Adam Shooms and photojournalist Paul Chiodo have been working this week to try to find out what went wrong in the Dominican Republic.
With a heavy heart, Sheree Terry reflects on the life of her twin sister.
And she went to go get her body done in a DR, and she never made it back.
Now they look good to me. They look pretty decent to me. Why would you need altering? They look pretty decent to me, man. Anyway,
Ari Terry was a mother to a 2-year-old and the proud owner of the Mini Blessings in Paradise daycare on the city's east side before going to the Dominican Republic.
Now you see, living in captivity, being under the curses, you got a daycare center. That's not enough. She looked decent to me, man. Let's run this back.
An Indianapolis woman is dead after traveling to the Dominican Republic for plastic surgery. It is a growing trend. U.S. citizens leaving the country to get those procedures.
WRTV's Adam Shooms and photojournalist Paul Chiodo have been working this week to try to find out what went wrong in the Dominican Republic.
With a heavy heart, Sheree Terry reflects on the life of her twin sister.
And she went to go get her body done in a DR, and she never made it back.
Shakari Terry was a mother to a 2-year-old and the proud owner of the Mini Blessings in Paradise daycare on the city's east side before going to the Dominican Republic.
And me and my sister had the type of relationship where we could get into it 1 minute, and then right after that, we'll be back friends and talk. And so I knew someone right. I felt it in my heart. And I've been just trying to get help.
This wasn't Shakari's first surgery this year. She posted on her Facebook back in February that she got surgery. Her family says it was a gastric sleeve surgery that she got in Mexico. Just a few months later, on April 11th, her family says Shakari went with her friend Carlisha Williams to the Dominican Republic.
So she definitely was healthy. Everything went wrong. It happened there.
They both had surgery for a Brazilian butt lift and a tummy tuck. They say the surgery was performed by Dr. Jose Desenia, seen here before the surgery.
But after she called me Thursday night, she just wasn't right.
The second day into recovery, which was Friday, the 15th, Shakari I was, moving around a lot more. And Shakari, I was still in pain, but I was moving around. Shakari wasn't really moving around. She wasn't doing nothing. She would lay in bed. I would go in there and try to get her out the bed, try to get her to come downstairs and eat with me. And she just wasn't responding well.
Carlisha says Shakari was moved from their recovery house and admitted to a clinic in Santiago.
When we go in there and I see Shakari, I almost fell out. Like literally, like she was on all these machines. She was unresponsive. And she wasn't talking, wasn't alert, eyes closed. She's unresponsive.
Carlisha Williams was told that Shakari was okay. Her kidneys were doing well and her body needed rest. Carlisha says Dr. Desenia said she was only sedated.
So I'm like, so if you unhook that, she'll be able to breathe and stuff like that on her. He was like, oh, yeah, she's perfectly fine. Like, her body just needs rest.
Carlisha says she went back to see Shakari the next day and a different doctor was there. According to Carlisha, that doctor told her Shakari was having a hard time breathing on her own. But 20 minutes later, she says Dr. Desenia came in and told her Shakari was getting better and just needed dialysis.
I reach out to the mother and, I'm telling them what's going on, but I'm trying not to scare them. But at this point, I want to scream, like, get down here, like.
When Shakari's mom arrived about a week after the surgery, Carlisha says the doctors continued to say that Shakari just needed rest and they were told to leave. Carlisha was set to come back to Indiana the next day.
Her mother's talking to her. Her mother, basically, she tells me, like, Carlisha, I don't believe my daughter is alive. She was like, I know my daughter isn't alive. Why won't they tell me?
By the time she got to Indiana, Carlisha said that she was notified that Shakari had passed away.
So she was like, Carlisha, I went back to my room. She was like, I was probably there for about an hour. She was like, they called me and told me Shakari's heart stopped just that quick. I said, huh? She said, as soon as she went in, she said her daughter was already in a body bag that quick.
Sheree and Carlisha say they just want answers. I reached out to the State Department. They said they can confirm the death of a U.S. citizen in the Dominican Republic, and they're providing all appropriate assistance to the family.
We're going to keep fighting. We will not stop at all. Shakari was a very important person.
Working for you, Adam Shooms, WRTV.
Well, we have made numerous attempts to contact Dr. Jose Desenia in the Dominican Republic. He has not responded to any of our requests. We will keep trying to reach him, however.
And tonight, the family tells us after trying for days, they expect Shakari's body back in the U.S. tomorrow. There will be a balloon release for Shakari Terry happening this Saturday at 4 p.m.
This will be at 5417 East 38th Street on the northeast side of Indianapolis, and we do want to pass along the public is welcome to attend. WRTV reached out to a doctor who specializes in plastic and reconstructive surgeries for Eskenazi, Methodist, and IU Health. He said traveling overseas for plastic surgery is a growing trend.
Dr. Ivan Haddad said since last summer, he has seen at least one patient a week at his practice at Eskenazi who had previously left the country for plastic surgery. He said some had complications from those overseas surgeries and some did not.
I would say it's like 50-50 in that there's a number of patients that, had the operation that they wanted and had a adequate result. But then, it's basically a coin flip where the others, have some complications, some that are, expected, some that are not, or the result wasn't what they expected.
Dr. Haddad said fairly often he sees patients that have traveled to another country for surgery. So before you get any kind of procedure here in Indiana, you can look up a doctor and check out their qualifications, disciplinary history, and any claims of malpractice. Just go to the state's website, in.gov, and find the Medical Licensing Board of Indiana section. Once you are there, scroll down to the consumer patient.
So everybody want to keep up with the Joneses, man. Let me get this. Should like it. Everybody want to keep up with the Joneses, man. This devil taught you to be carnal-minded, to chase the bag, and to alter yourself because how you look is not good enough. This is not according to the standards of Esau Edom. This is Psalm 64:5. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of land snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. These devils have conditioned you, Jakes, to cleave to the cares of this life, to keeping up with the Joneses. You are not better, you are not good enough to be a part of this system. You are not, your skin tone is not the tone. This is not how you supposed to look. As you got these Mormons, right? They say black skin is a curse. Man, while Jake is busy trying to look like these devils want your salt that you have, man. These devils want the DNA, the God gene that you have in you. And what they do is, for the longest of time, man, they've been searching out ways. They know what Jake like. They have been, and these devils really believe that they got us figured out, man. And they don't. These are just the 2/3 that Yahweh Shema Shah have already predestined for judgment, man. This is Micah 2:1. It reads, while you Jay trying to cleave to these devils' ways, these devils want what you got, man. You saw it in the movie, Get Out. This is Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds when the morning is light. They practice it because it is in the power of their hands. These devils have been studying you, Jakes, for the longest, man. They've been studying you how to do what? Destroy you, man. That's why I tell you in Isaiah 30:12, when it reads that that 2/3 of Jake trust in oppression, right? As the script, let's read it. Let's read it. This is Isaiah 30:12. Because the point is about the iniquities. It say, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity, what iniquity? That you trust in oppression. Whatever this devil tell you, this is what Jake believe. And he set up these people, man, your so-called leaders, your Nicki Minaj's and your Cardi B's, right? Look what Michael Jackson did, man. This nigga bleached his skin, man, because he ain't want to be a Jake no more, man. He wanted to look like a pale-faced devil, man. When the Lord clearly said to have leprosy is a sin in itself, man. But you got a lot of our women walk around here with blonde hair, right? For what? The Lord say that's a curse, man. When you read Leviticus 13, man. If the skin have a yellow hair in it, man, leprosy, a spot, then it spread up over the whole body, man. This is a therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall. Jake, this devil done taught you not to be happy with being you. He told you looking like you, that's not good enough. So, again, Micah 2:1, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hands. It's saying Psalm 64. Let's read this again. Psalm 64:6, it reads, they search out iniquities to make you constantly go off. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. This is what these devils do, man. It say he is the accuser of our brethren, man. This all this devil do all day long is try to make ways, is to find ways to make you Jace go off, man. This is Proverbs chapter 4:16. It reads, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. This is what they do. This is Psalms chapter 12 and verse 8. It reads, the wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted. To do what? To trap you up, man. Like it say in 1 Peter 5:8, right? Be sober, be vigilant, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, man. Because Satan is sifting you as wheat, man. This is Psalms 38 in verse 12. And you losing your life for naught, man. Dying without knowledge, as it say in Job 36. Psalms 38:12. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceits all the day long. That's what these devils do. Now let's deal with this. Ecclesiasticus 42:23. It reads, all things, it say, all these things live and remain forever for all uses, and they are all obedient. All things are double, one against another, and he have made nothing imperfect. One thing established the good or another, and who shall be filled with the beholding his glory, man. Only the hopeful elect. Because 2/3 was set up to follow after the cares of this life. What they call it, keeping up with the Joneses. And you got these Nicki Minaj's that's bleaching their skin, right? K Michelle's with all these butt lifts and then the air blowing out of them, man. And it being made manifest. It's a lot of people that done died, a lot of females that done died losing their life behind getting tummy tucks and butt lifts, bigger butts and breast lifts, whatever you want to call it, right? A lot of women have died behind this, man. The Lord have made nothing imperfect. Why would you think you need to get altered, man? You know how you take you take some pants or a dress to a seamstress and they take it up or let it out, whatever. Why do you think you need to get altered, man? When the Lord say he have made nothing imperfect, man. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 to 13. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he have made crooked? If he made you off, if he made you, however the Lord made you, that's how he made you, man. And you don't need makeup or weave or none of that. Let's get this. This is Psalms 119 and 104. And it reads, through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. And our women have been conditioned to get lashes, to get longer fingernails, to get weave, to get a breast lift, a butt, they butts bigger, a tummy tuck. And like the apostles and the elders say, man, just go work out, man. You don't need to get no tummy tuck. If you do what you're supposed to be doing, everything will be okay. But no, it's not good enough. And you saying when you do this, you are striving against your maker. Let's get that. This is Isaiah 45 and 9. Because what our people is saying is the Lord them make them perfect. He didn't make them right, man. And the Lord, listen, man, everything, all the ways of Yahweh Shema Mashah, perfect, man. This is Isaiah 45 and 9. Woe unto him that strive against his maker. You see, woe unto him that strive against his maker. They say that the potsherds strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioned it, what makest thou? Or thy work? He have no hands. Woe unto him that saith unto his father, what begettest thou? Or to the woman, what hast thou brought forth? When you do this, you saying that the Lord didn't make you how you supposed to have been made, man. And you are striving against your maker. Therefore, you're going to lose your life. It's just a matter of time. The ones that go get these surgeries and they be okay and they make it out fine, guess what? Eventually, you're going to lose your life. This is, and these women think this is a game, man. Well, as the Lord said in Jeremiah 31 and 22, where he created a new thing in the earth when a woman shall come past a man. Well, guess what? This is a part of that lot. This is a part of that judgment, man. It's Ecclesiastes 7 and 18. It reads, it is good that thou shouldest take hold of this truth. Yeah, also from this withdraw not thine hand, for he that feareth Yahweh Shemawashah shall come forth of them all. Wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. If they had wisdom, man, if the Lord had shed any light on them, they wouldn't do it. This is Ecclesiastes 7:29. It reads, lo, this only have I found, that God have made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. And that's what we see, man. And where you get this from? What do Jake get this from, man? They get it from the wicked. This is Proverbs chapter 12 and verse 26. It said these devils has searched out iniquities, man, and accomplished a diligent search. How do you think these men that was part of the Tuskegee experiment, how do you think they got to that point, man? Well, they used a demon, Eunice Rivers, man. Eunice Rivers, man. Them devils, when you go read the story, it's on YouTube. If it's still there, it's on Google. The article on Google, man. Them devils persuaded Eunice Rivers by by securing her a nice position in the company, right? With a nice payout to persuade these men to take part in the Tuskegee experiments, man. These devils have been searching you out, have been searching out iniquities in you Israelites, man. Thinking they got all you Jakes figured out, but they don't. They only have the 2/3 figured out, man, because the Lord gave them the spirit to do so. The hopeful elect is not ignorant of these devil devices, man. This is Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. These are the snares and traps that these devils do to you Jakes, man. And you women be falling for the okie doke, man. Thinking that you need to look different. The Lord made you how he made you. This is Second Timothy. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 and 23. It reads, for God created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. Let's get this in Genesis 3. This is Genesis 3 and 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh power had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, have God said, ye shall not eat of the tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for God doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, that it was what? Pleasant to the eyes. That's the lust. And a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So this is pleasant to these women's eyes, man. Well, what you gotta understand is the Lord is the master delusionist, and he have caused you to be deceived, man. This is Genesis 5 and 1. It reads, this is the book of the generations of Adam in the day that power created man. In the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day when they were created. The Lord made you in the image of him, which is meaning he gave you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians his laws, statutes, and commandments, which made you different from all the other nations, man. That's why when you go to Deuteronomy chapter 4, man, the Lord gave us his laws, statutes, and commandments that made us different from the heathens, man. Meaning he made us in his image. Why would you believe this devil and go and change yourself? This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 10, it reads, he croucheth and humble himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones. So when you see these Nicki Minaj's, it's a lot of these women that bleach their skin, man. They get butt jobs and boob jobs and tummy tucks, right? Who set all this up? It was Esau Edom, man. This is Proverbs 3 and 31. And it reads, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. These are not the ways of the so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. These are not the customs of the Heavenly Father Yahweh through his only begotten Son Yahweh Shah. These are the ways of Esau Edom, man. The same philosophy that Satan taught Eve in the garden. That's what these women doing today, man. By getting your real estate license and PhDs and bachelors and associates and master degrees, right? This is Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither should thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. And this is what's going on, man. This devil have persuaded you women to follow a multitude of evil, man. And these are none of the ways of the Heavenly Father Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, because the Lord made you in his image. So for you to say, the Lord, for you to do this, this is you saying the Lord didn't make you perfect. This is again Ecclesiasticus 42 and 24. All things are double, one against another, and he have made nothing imperfect. What's the word imperfect mean? Let's read this. And you, Jace, man, the Lord is going to destroy you with a grievous judgment, man. Let's look at the word imperfect. It say
imperfect,
not perfect, faulty or incomplete. Similar words say faulty, flawed, defective, shoddy, unsound, unsellable, unfit, inferior, second rate, below par, substandard, damaged, impaired, blemished, broken, cracked, torn, scratched, deformed, warped, shabby, a malfunctioning, out of order, not up to stuff. It's a crummy, lousy, duff, ropey, rubbish, incomplete, partial, unfinished, half done, deficient, deficiency, deficient, lacking, wanting, unpolished, unrefined, rough, crude, disjointed. Come on, man. The Lord made us perfect, man. Complete. Okay? So, for you to say the Lord made you unperfect, you're going against the Heavenly Father Yahweh through his only begotten Son Yahweh Shah. This is Ecclesiasticus 33 and 13. It reads, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so is man in the hand of him that made him to render to him as liking him best. So for you to go get butt jobs and boob jobs and tummy tucks and plastic surgery, you saying the Lord didn't make you right, man. You are striving against your maker. This is Ecclesiastes 8. In verse 5 it reads, whoso keepeth the commandment shall fear no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment, because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him. You see what happened to this chick? She had a daycare center, a daycare center going on. Look at her, man. She's decent. Let's get the before picture. Let me pull this back up. So here's the before picture of the two sisters, right? Which one of them is ugly, man? But she had to go get plastic surgery, boob job, butt job, tummy tuck. For what? Do you not know you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians are the salt of the earth? And while you trying to alter yourself to look like these devils or to alter yourself according to the standards that these devils have lifted up to you as being carnal minded, did you know these devils want your salt? They want the spirit that you have. Did you, Jakes, know that? These devils want to be you. The guy showed you in the movie Get Out, man. These devils want our spirit, man. Though they may clutch their purses when you around them, they love to hit their chirps on their cars when you around them. These devils want to be you, Jake. But Jake want to be Jake want to be like the heathens, man. Let's get this. This is madness, man. But it's supposed to be this way. This is how the Lord set it up, man. This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. It reads, Trust in the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, with all thine heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah, and depart from evil. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. This truth, man. Why would she do this? Why would these women do this, man? When they already look decent. The Lord made you how he made you. If you change that, you saying the Lord didn't make you how he wanted you to look. That's antichrist, man. You are against Yahweh Shema Shah, man. This is 1 John 2 and 15. That's what the Lord said this, man. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man or woman love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. What's the lust of the eyes? Keeping up with the Joneses. And the world passeth away in the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of power, Yahweh Shema Shah, abideth forever. Let's get this in James 4 and 4. It reads, Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with power? Whosoever, therefore, will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God. And what did the Lord say about his enemies? Luke 19 and 27. But those my enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me, man. You want to be a friend of the world? Then you are an enemy to Yahweh Shema Shah, man. And you are going to be destroyed, man. Okay? You are going to be destroyed, man. Because you are choosing the side of these devils, man. This is Proverbs again, 12 and 26. It reads, The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. This is verse 28. In the way of righteousness is life, and in the pathway thereof there is no death. You see what's happening? These women are choosing a side for death, man. And these men too, man. Chasing the bag. These rappers don't even do this dope, man. This nigga Future said he don't even sip lean. He don't even pop mollies. He don't pop Xanax, but he telling you put mollies in lean. He don't do none of that, man. And he said in the video, the head brother that Kemp did a lesson on this guy last year, man. This nigga said he don't even do lean. He don't even pop mollies. Okay? He don't even do Percocets. He said he make the music for his fans because these devils tell them what music to promote, man. While you run around here trying to live your life like the Joneses, this devil want to be you, Jake. They want to be you. Nigga talking about they trying to get their birthright back. It was never yours in the first place. That's how the Lord set it up. But while you run around here, you women want to put on blonde wigs, blonde weave. These devils want your energy. So I just want to make some points on this, man. You people are striving against your maker, man. And what you are saying by doing these things is that the Lord didn't make you how he wanted you to be made. Let's read these two precepts again. Let's read this again. This is Ecclesiasticus 33 and 13. It reads, as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to him as liking him best. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and 23. It reads, for power created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold of his side do find it. You see, the Lord didn't make nothing imperfect, man. Everything that Yahweh Shema made was perfect, man. But through the envy of the devil, you're gonna die a grievous death, man. You think she died normal? She didn't die normal, man. She died a painful, grievous death, man. Lord willing, this is edifying. Gotta give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rikah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And a sincere salutation to all the who pushing the truth and believing the truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the wife who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. Lord was edifying to next time I say shalom, wa abba babal. Let me play this again. We're gonna close out. The wife for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema Shah continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up.
First at 6, an Indianapolis woman is dead after traveling to the Dominican Republic for plastic surgery. It is a growing trend. U.S. citizens leaving the country to get those procedures.
And WRTV's Adam Schoombs and photojournalist Paul Chiodo have been working this week to try to find out what went wrong in the Dominican Republic.
With a heavy heart, Sheree Terry reflects on the life of her twin sister.
And she went to go get her body done in a DR, and she never made it back.
Shakari Terry was a mother to a 2-year-old and the proud owner of the Mini Blessings in Paradise daycare on the city's east side before going to the Dominican Republic.
And me and my sister had the type of relationship where we could get into it 1 minute, and then right after that, we'll be back friends and talk. And so I knew someone right. I felt it in my heart. And I've been just trying to get help.
This wasn't Shakari's first surgery this year. She posted on her Facebook back in February that she got surgery. Her family says it was a gastric sleeve surgery that she got in Mexico. Just a few months later, on April 11th, her family says Shakari went with her friend Carlisha Williams to the Dominican Republic.
So she definitely was healthy. Everything went wrong. It happened there.
They both had surgery for a Brazilian butt lift and a tummy tuck. They say the surgery was performed by Dr. Jose DeSena, seen here before the surgery.
But after she called me Thursday night, she just wasn't right.
The second day into recovery, which was Friday, the 15th, Shakari was, I was, moving around a lot more. And Shakari, I was still in pain, but I was moving around. Shakari wasn't really moving around. She wasn't doing nothing. She would lay in bed. I would go in there and try to get her out the bed, try to get her to come downstairs and eat with me. And she just wasn't responding well.
Carlisha says Shakari was moved from their recovery house and admitted to a clinic in Santiago.
When we go in there and I see Shakari, I almost fell out. Like literally, like she was on all these machines. She was unresponsive. And she wasn't talking, wasn't alert, eyes closed. She's unresponsive.
Carlisha Williams was told that Shakari was okay. Her kidneys were doing well and her body needed rest. Carlisha says Dr. DeSena said she was only sedated.
So I'm like, so if you unhook that, she'll be able to breathe and stuff like that on her. He was like, oh, yeah, she's perfectly fine. Like, her body just needs rest.
Carlisha says she went back to see Shakari the next day and a different doctor was there. According to Carlisha, that doctor told her Shakari was having a hard time breathing on her own. But 20 minutes later, she says Dr. DeSena came in and told her Shakari was getting better and just needed dialysis.
I reach out to the mother and, I'm telling them what's going on, but I'm trying not to scare them. But at this point, I want to scream, like, get down here, like.
When Sha'Carri's mom arrived about a week after the surgery, Carlisha says the doctors continued to say that Sha'Carri just needed rest, and they were told to leave. Carlisha was set to come back to Indiana the next day.
Her mother's talking to her. Her mother, basically, she tells me, like, Carlisha, I don't believe my daughter is alive. She was like, I know my daughter isn't alive. Why won't they tell me?
By the time she got to Indiana, Carlisha said that she was notified that Sha'Carri had passed away.
So she was like, Carlisha, I went back to my room. She was like, I was probably there for about an hour. She was like, they called me and told me Sha'Carri's heart stopped just that quick. I said, huh? She said, as soon as she went in, she said her daughter was already in a body bag that quick.
Sheree and Carlisha say they just want answers. I reached out to the State Department. They said,
You see? Altering, man. For what, man? For what? Keeping up with the Joneses, man. Trying to be part of the world, man. Now you back in the spiritual realm. So Lord was edifying, man. To watch for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue blessing your houses. Stay prayed up.